Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky15, where I'm giving you my EachWay Lucky15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action. As usual here on the channel, again it was a slightly frustrating day today with our EachWay Lucky15 predictions. We only had one winner in the end, which was actually Beat the Bank. We changed because Zonderland became a non-runner, and that was actually our nap coincidentally, so that was slightly disappointing that Zonderland didn't run, but it was a nice performance by Beat the Bank. I was really impressed how it managed to close out the race, and was a nice performance from Oisin Murphy aboard that one there. Our other selections that ran were Nialetti, which did come second in the end, and it was kind of like a battled out second in the end. It ran on quite well to nearly take the win, but just got denied by the John Gosden runner. So I'm not going to criticise Nialetti too much there. Our other horses that ran were Elias Ruby, which actually was very well supported in the end, and I believe went off favourite, but it never really got into the race, and that was a disappointment there. Our other selection, and actually which did become our nap, was Tour at Haydock. I don't think it ran a bad race in the sense that it didn't do anything different to what it did last time at Musselburgh where it won, but I think it was just a bit outclassed in that race today, so it was quite disappointing there. But all in all, that's horse racing and that's the way it goes. On our other selections that we uploaded on Twitter at the Load a Lot, we had some okay results there. We had a few nice each ways come in, but we really didn't get a winner today, so it was slightly disappointing on that place as well. But tomorrow there's some good horse racing going on. We've got some Group 1s going on at Newmarket, and we've got some good competitive racing up and down the country, which we'll be getting stuck into tomorrow, doing our EachWay Lucky15 predictions on here, and also uploading a few short videos on our Twitter channel, LuckyLoaders15, which you can check us out there if you don't do so already. And also as well, I'll give you a heads up as well, I will be uploading a video tomorrow night, probably going through a few races at Chantilly to make up an EachWay Lucky15, and I might chuck in one from the British race meetings, but it'll be all about Chantilly on Sunday. They've got a few races over there tomorrow, I believe, but all the class races and the big days on Sunday, so I'll be uploading that tomorrow night. But the first race I'm going to give you tomorrow to make up our EachWay Lucky15 sees a start at Haydock in the 240 with a horse called Sol de Lay. Oh, I hope I pronounced that right. My French isn't too good, but it's round about 9-1 with bookmakers at the moment. It's trained by Christian Stubbs, and Tony Hamilton will be taking the ride tomorrow. This horse arrives here in reasonably good form, winning earlier in the week, in fact, on heavy ground at Leicester, and then before that, earlier in September, it ran at Haydock where it finished second in similar conditions. So it should definitely like the conditions tomorrow. Still described as heavy at Haydock, and I thought, even though yes, it has been running a lot recently, that's nothing that really didn't put me off. I thought 9-1 was not bad odds for this horse tomorrow to definitely make the frame. That's going to be the first selection I give you there. So we then go to Newmarket for the 255. And this is going to be a my nap for tomorrow, actually, with a horse called Unfortunately. Currently 9-2 bookmakers at the moment. Trained by Carl Burke and Jim Crowley will be taking the ride tomorrow. This horse has some very good, strong form in the context of this race. This last two races have been over in France, where it's racked up a Group 2 and a Group 1, so it's already racked up a Group 1 prize, and this is a Group 1 that's going in tomorrow. There are a few, though, nice horses going in this race tomorrow. I know Sioux Nation was one that I nearly went for in this race, but I thought that with the form that Unfortunately is already shown, I thought at 9-2 that wasn't a bad price, and that could be one that gets well backed as we get closer to the race tomorrow. So that's going to be my nap for tomorrow. The only argument you could say that if the ground does get a little bit easier and there is a bit of rain and go softer, unfortunately hasn't been proven on the ground, so that's the only one major concern you might have there. But as far as I know, Newmarket is meant to stay dry really until the race goes off tomorrow, so it shouldn't really come into play in the end. So that's going to be my nap for tomorrow and our second selection on our EachWay Lucky15. We then go back to Haydock for the 315, and this is actually kind of like the Ayr Gold Cup, as it were, because obviously Ayr got cancelled last weekend due to a waterlogged course. They've moved the race down back to Haydock, where it's still heavy ground, but at least they can race on it. And the horse I'm going for in this particular race is a horse called Johnny Barnes, currently 15-2 of bookmakers at the moment. It's trained by John Gosden, and Robert Tart will be taking the ride tomorrow, who's a bit of a journeyman jockey, but he does ride often for John Gosden. This horse can go on heavy ground and has won on heavy ground. It doesn't also mind it being soft as well. It was the last time out winner at Goodwood, and the last few races it's really been running some good races and putting in some good performances, and it's very capable horse that could run well tomorrow. And I thought 15-2 it should definitely make the frame tomorrow, and I thought that wasn't a bad price to be getting stuck into there, Johnny Barnes. So that's going to be our third selection there at Haydock. Our last selection tomorrow sees us then go for the big handicap at the day at Newmarket in the 3:35. Very big handicap here. A lot of horses running in this race. Normally they would only pay 4 places, but I've seen a whole load of bookmakers paying out 8 places tomorrow, so it's definitely worth a cheeky bet if you don't bet very often for this race, considering that there are 8 places up for grabs. And the horse I'm going to give you for this race, and there's one that actually was nearly my nap, but obviously in the race this size, you can never say with any certainty what's exactly going to win the race. You can give horses though that might run well, and that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to give you a horse that hopefully will run well tomorrow. I think it will run well as well. It's a horse called Qassem, which is currently 16-1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Hugo Palmer, and Josephine Gordon will be taking the ride tomorrow. Josephine actually won a Group 3 today at Newmarket, so she's been riding really well, and she's had another very good season. I believe I saw an interview earlier and she wants to get 100 winners up, and that would be some achievement considering she had a very good season last year, and she's had a very good season this year as well, and is improving all the time and getting more prominent within the racing world as a very, very good jockey. She's not just like being considered the best female jockey anymore, she's considering to be a good jockey and moving towards the elite level. So she's aboard this horse tomorrow. Qassem, who's actually got a good relationship with this horse, taking it to second in one of the big handicaps at the Ebor Festival last time out at York, where it was leading towards about half a furlong to go, but just got headed towards the line. And I thought, because of its experience in big field handicaps, this horse should have a good race tomorrow. I thought 16-1 wasn't a bad each way punt there. Also as well, it's been lightly raced this season and has notched up a win already on the all-weather at Chelmsford, and I know people sometimes criticise the all-weather form, but I don't really think that makes much difference. Some horses just prefer running on the all-weather, but this horse seems to like both spheres of racing, and I thought, like I said, 16-1 wasn't a bad each way price. So that's going to be the last selection I give you tomorrow. Hopefully we can have a good day tomorrow. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel here if you haven't done so already for more Lucky Loaders predictions, and also watch out for our Chantilly predictions and our one that we're going for in the Arc. Like I said, it probably won't be very original when we give my Arc prediction, but you never know, I might throw in a couple of other horses that are worth a mention and maybe worth a punt. Also as well, check us out on Twitter. We'll be uploading some other horse racing predictions throughout the afternoon. Like I said, there are more horses I fancy away from the ones I've just given you, but I thought that those selections weren't a bad one to make up in each way Lucky 15, and I'll be giving you those throughout tomorrow morning and the afternoon on our Twitter feed there. So please check us out there on Twitter if you don't do so already at Lucky Loaders 15. Also as well, please gamble responsibly. Hope you don't lose too much of your money from my selections and tips. So yeah, that's all I've got to say really. I hope you have a good day tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.